Lecha lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha Dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmiyanu el המייחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת ולתהילה, לה 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 לה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm Rabbi Barry Silver, and it's my great pleasure on behalf of Congregation L'Dor Va-Dor to welcome you to our celebration of Shabbat, which we began this evening with Lecha Dodi, which means come, my beloved. The Sabbath is traditionally compared to a bride. Why? Because when we get married, we get a chance to start over again. We see ourselves through the eyes of love through our partner, and we get a chance to begin life anew. Same thing when we have children, same thing when we achieve great milestones, which Shabbat is. Now, in the Jewish tradition, we do something rather interesting. You see, most calendars are based on things that happen because of natural events, such as a day is the time that the earth spins on its axis. A month is the time that the moon takes to go around the earth. The year is the time that the earth takes to go around the sun. But Shabbat was created arbitrarily in order to give a new beginning every 7 days. Why 7? Well, there were 7 celestial objects in the sky that our ancestors could see. And they saw the sun and the moon and Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. So every 7 days we get a chance to start anew. And Lecha Dodi is a wonderful way to start, because the word Dodi, beloved, comes from David, which means love, which is a palindrome. Palindrome reads the same way forward and back. Love is read the same way forward and backwards, indicating that the more love we give, the more love we receive. It's a wonderful phenomenon. And weddings are also a great event. It's a great pleasure and thrill, a privilege for me to be able to spend time with families at such an important, wonderful, joyous event, the wedding ceremony. And at the wedding, sometimes ministers get a little bit nervous. I heard one of them say, "Do you take him to be your has-been?" And then I heard another one say, "Do you take her to be your awfully wedded wife?" These things can cause great turmoil. But my father, who performed perhaps more weddings than anyone, the first one perhaps to do interfaith weddings in the country, he had a great slogan that I use every time I officiate, and which we can all use in our lives as husbands and wives and family members. He said in the word wedding, the letters W-E, the first 2 words of wedding spell we. Later on you get to the letter I, so remember the we always comes before the I. Let all of us who are fortunate enough to be married or live in a family remember that the we, if you always keep it before the I, you will live happily ever after. And now to begin this Shabbat celebration, we are fortunate to have Myra and Paul Ehrman leading us in the candles, and the Kiddush, Donna and Bill Field. And now, let the celebration of Shabbat begin.
Shabbat Shalom. Come, let us welcome Shabbat and give thanks for its light. May our home shine with the lights of Shabbat and our hearts glow with the Shabbat joy this week and every week. We welcome Shabbat and give thanks for the light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivonu lechad likner shel Shabbat. Amen.
May we be blessed with Shabbat joy. May we be blessed with Shabbat peace. May we be blessed with Shabbat light.
And Paul and I welcomed a new member to our family this past week. Eli Michael was born in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada.
And everybody is well, and we look forward to the end of the pandemic and eventually seeing him live in person.
Our second grandchild. And we're really looking forward to L'Dor Va-Dor finding an indoor location where we can get together in person again, hopefully within the next few months. Have a great week, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
The verses and blessings that we recite in the Kiddush, which is the blessing over the wine, proclaim the holiness of the Sabbath and trace it back to the beginning of the world. We recite the blessing before we drink the wine, which is usually very sweet. Sweet wine adds to the beauty of Shabbat, making it just a little sweeter. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Bill and I would like to take this opportunity to tell you that although we no longer have family here with us in Florida, over the past year, our connection with all the people of L'Dor Va-Dor have taken some of the loneliness away and have given us both inspiration and a true feeling of belonging. May we soon meet again in person. Have a wonderful week. Shabbat Shalom.
אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר ברא ששון ושמחה חתן וכלה גילה ורינה דיצה וחדווה אור יישמע בהרי יהודה ובחוצות ירושלים ששון וכל שמחה, כל חתן וכל כלה. בואי בשלום
As you may have guessed, because we started out talking about love and marriage, the theme of this Shabbat is love. And as we begin with some of the traditional prayers, I just want to point out something fascinating, that the word love is contained within the word evolve. Not only that, but the first 4 letters of evolve, read backwards, which in Hebrew we read backwards, spell love. What does that tell us? It tells us that evolution is based on love, attraction, 2 individuals coming together, forming a bond of love and producing offspring. So literally, love is the spearhead, the driving force behind evolution. How amazing is it that the attraction that people have for each other, and lower forms of animals as well, that all living things have this attraction for each other, and that attraction or love is what drives evolution. It is what pushes us forward and allows us to go from where we are to where we could be. Let us continue to evolve, and let us use these prayers as a springboard to remember just where we came from and the countless generations that preceded us of individuals all sharing bonds of love. Let this power of love motivate us to continue to evolve and to build and strengthen our relationships with others as we now engage and listen and enjoy some of these wonderful prayers from our tradition.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Va'ed.
Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid, Tehilatecha. Open up our lips to speak words that are true. Open up our souls to let our love shine through. Open up our hearts that we may feel our pain as we now rise to praise your name. Adonai, Sifatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avotenu Ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei HaKol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei v'neihem, L'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah.
Running with our theme of love, as we enter a few moments of silent meditation, I'd like everyone to do a little thought experiment. Imagine the thing that you love the most in this world. And now imagine if it had suddenly disappeared. You know, each of us can probably think of many, many things that we love. Maybe we love coffee ice cream. Maybe we love a certain sport. Maybe we love our favorite TV show. Maybe we love our friends and our family, our heritage. Maybe we love the sight of a beautiful sunset or nature or our pets. So many things in this world to love. As we take a few moments of silent meditation, let us do that thought experiment and realize how impoverished we would be if those things that we loved were no longer here in this world. And then let us rejoice at all that we have. And let us endeavor to do what we can to expand the circle of things and people that we love and appreciate. And let us help others to grow in their love as well, so that we can increase the amount of love in this world. We now spend a few moments in silent meditation.
May the source of strength, oh bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our life a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mekor habracha lamoitenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the
Our Torah reading this Shabbat is from the book of Leviticus, chapter 24, verses 1 through 5. Baruchu et Adonai HaMavorach, Baruch Adonai HaMavorach le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Our theme this Shabbat is love, and the passage we're reading from is called Amor. It sounds a lot like amor, which is Spanish for love. Actually, amor means to tell. So what it's really saying to us is, tell people that you love them, and don't be shy with your love. Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, and God said to Moses as follows, Tzav et bnei Yisrael v'kachu elecha shemen zayit zach katit. Command the children of Israel as follows, tell them to take some pure, sweet, unadulterated olive oil, lema'or laha'alot nil tamid, in order that they should light the eternal light. Michutz laparuchet ha'edut ba'ohel, from without the curtain that stands above the tent of meeting. Ya'aroch oto Aharon me'erev ad boker, and Aaron shall set it up and shall have that light burning from erev ad boker, from evening until morning, livnei Adonai, before the Lord, tamid, forever. Chukat olam l'dorotechem, it shall be a statute forever, throughout the generations. Al menorah haTorah yaroch et hanerot livnei Adonai tamid. Yes, this custom, this tradition, shall be done before God forever. And so it is that today you can still see in any synagogue the ner tamid burning brightly, indicating the love that we emulate, that we strive for, is eternal. Now the blessing after the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chai olam nata bitochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
It's Chaimi למחזיקים בה בתומכם המאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם בכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה, חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
There was once a man who was lamenting his poverty, and he said, I'm so poor, I can't even afford to buy virgin olive oil for my family. I have to buy the kind of olive oil that's fooled around a little bit. In this Torah reading, we read about virgin olive oil, pure olive oil that is used to light the eternal flame. This eternal light, the Ner Tamid, is a classic symbol of Judaism, indicating the fact that the power of love can never go out, and that the Jewish mission to be a light to the nations is an eternal one. Have you ever wondered, why are we here? When so many other empires that were much stronger than us, that tried to conquer us, have disappeared off the face of the earth? Ah, my friends, that is because we have the power of love. And that power of love is eternal. And not only that, it's more transcendent than the love of power. And the mission of the Jews is an eternal one, so we're not going anywhere. And as long as the world still needs a light to the nations to continue to shine brightly. But you might ask, this power of love, where did it all begin? When did it start? Did it start with my parents or my grandparents? Well, actually, this power of love, or another way of saying it, of attraction, goes back a little farther than that. It was about 14 billion years ago that everything was compact and attracted to each other in a very intense state. So much so that suddenly there was a big bang, and suddenly everything flew apart. If that's all that happened, there would have been no life to emerge ever, because the whole universe would have just drifted further and further and further apart. But something amazing happened. It was called attraction, or in physical terms, attraction, or what we call love as humans. And after things started flying apart, another force started to bring everything back together. And so eventually galaxies formed, stars formed from this attraction. Actually, attraction, or love, formulates the forces of nature. There are four main forces of nature. There's the strong and the weak nuclear force. There's electromagnetism and gravity. All of them are based on love, or on attraction. From the very beginning of time, attraction is what moves and shapes and causes life and the universe to evolve. Now we get to planet Earth and the sun in our solar system about 5 billion years ago. The universe had been around for a while, and what happened? The Earth is attracted to the sun. And so the Earth revolves around the sun based on attraction. What's going on in the sun? Well, it's got a whole bunch of this hydrogen, and the hydrogens normally stay apart. But under the intense gravity of the sun, they are brought together. They're attracted to each other and come together. And when they join together in love, they emit energy that shines forth in all directions. A little bit of it reaches the Earth. You can say this power of attraction or love is really what moves things around in the sun in order to generate energy, heat, warmth, light on Earth that causes plants to be able to capture that energy, channel it and transmute it into matter and growth, and it gives rise to animal life and to us as well. In fact, the olive oil that lights the lamp, olive has the word love in it. Isn't that amazing? Love really is ubiquitous, and I mentioned it is always also part of the word evolve. The first four letters form love if you read them backwards. Now, let's keep going a little bit until we get to planet Earth. Now, on Earth, we had organisms that they perpetuated life by splitting up and dividing themselves into two. But about 3 billion years ago, something different started to happen. It was called sexual reproduction, in which two different organisms joined their DNA together in an act of what you would call love. And that caused life to expand exponentially as you had so many different combinations of DNA. All life, all evolution is based on attraction or love. This is a wonderful gift. Not only does it cause life to continue, it gives life meaning. Love is something that is incredible. And the more things we love, the more people we love, the more capacity we have for love, the better, the more joyous, the more inspired our lives will be. As Jews, we are instructed, we are commanded, we are urged to try to share love wherever we go in order to make life better for ourselves and for all living things. Love is an incredible power, but like anything else, it can be misused. What do I mean by that? Love has to be rational. The saddest thing is to see someone hopelessly in love with someone that everyone else can see is so bad for them, but they think is good for them. And so they make fatal errors and get mixed up with the wrong people. Fatal attraction sometimes is called, sometimes it's referred to as the Stockholm Syndrome. Love has to be rational. Our emotions are powerful and wondrous, but we also should channel them through reason and through the rational mind. What happens if you don't? Well, as I mentioned, in romance, it can have horrible consequences. What if we love our country? Isn't that a good thing? It's a great thing. But if it's not rational, it becomes jingoistic. Some people love their country so much, love our country, right or wrong. What's wrong with that? Well, just take a look at Nazi Germany, or fascist Japan, or Spain, or Italy. There are countless examples. We always have to channel our love through reason. And sometimes the best way we can show our love is by criticizing in order to make our country better and not just following lockstep. That's why it's been said that dissent is the highest form of patriotism or love for our country. We should love our children, but does that mean that we indulge them and give them everything they want and never try to help them grow by pointing out things they could do better? That would not be a good type of love. We should be concerned with them and protect them. But should we be overprotective? That would be smother love, which is not a good thing compared to a healthy mother love. What about our love for our religion? Sadly, many religions have done horrible things because people have been giving their loyalty to religion in an irrational way. We must love the good things about our religion, and those which are not so helpful, those which are harmful, we should try to avoid. Some people have a love for God. They say this is a wonderful thing. I love God. But if you're loving a God who's instructing you to kill people, if you're loving a God who orders the execution of people for violating trivial rules, if you're loving a God who would sentence people to eternal damnation because they don't believe the right way or because they exercise their rational mind and therefore they can't accept crazy irrational propositions, and you're worshiping a God who's going to send everyone who doesn't believe like you do to hell, then that love that you have for God is harmful, it's dangerous, and needs to be rejected. Let us rather show a love not just for a supernatural being, but for a supernatural process of evolution of life and of love. This is the type of love worthy of our attention and worthy of our devotion. And so I hope, my friends, that we will demonstrate a healthy, wonderful, joyous love for ourselves and the unique person that we are, for our companion animals, for our friends, for our family, for our nation, for our religion, for our species, for all living things, for life itself. Let us show through our actions every single day how much we love life because we have the capacity to love others. My friends, I started out this service by saying how important love is. Let me end it this way. The earth revolves around the sun and spins on its axis because of these natural laws. So you could say that love and attraction literally makes the world go round. And I hope, my friends, that this power of love, this great, awesome, magnificent power of love will surge within us and be shared and spread throughout the world. Shabbat Shalom. Amen.
We are all in this together. We are all asking for strength. May we all count on each other. Kol Yisrael Aravim Ze B'Zeh. We are the people, Kol Yisrael, sharing our lives and our stories. Let's stand together, each and all. For this we have been called Ze B'Zeh. Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael. Ushering in a new world where we all must work as one. Let our lives infuse with chesed. Let us know that we're not alone. We are the people, Kol Yisrael, sharing our lives and our stories. Let's stand together, each and all. For this we have been called Ze B'Zeh. Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yisrael.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כיי ארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהן, וגורל עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו ושמו אחד.
As we read the Kaddish, we continue with our theme of love. The Kaddish is really a thank you for the creative power that generates and sustains life, so that other people could come into existence that we were able to share our love with. We give thanks for this creative, incredible power. And we also give thanks for our loved ones, for sharing, for doing, for giving so much to us. Why do we use the Yahrzeit candle to remember our loved ones? Candles are ubiquitous. They are used by Hindus, by Catholics, Baha'i, by Unitarians, by so many traditions, because a candle seems to symbolize love. It gives off warmth and energy. It's a physical object, but it transmutes matter into energy. And just in the same way, we also are material bodies, but we also have the capacity to energize others and to also have a spiritual side to us, which is reflected by the flame. Another thing about a candle, which is quite interesting, is that the candle seems to symbolize power and strength of love. For instance, the 2 candles of Shabbat have guided and strengthened Jews throughout the ages. On Hanukkah, we see that 1 candle can light all the other ones. And then even if you were to blow out that first candle, the other ones would keep burning and can form a force powerful enough to dispel the darkness and defeat the mightiest empire of the time, the Assyrian Greeks. Yes, candles are powerful symbols. And so as we recite the Kaddish, we think of the love that we shared with our dear ones. We give thanks, and I hope that each one of us will be inspired by that love to continue to transmit our love to others and also to live up to the highest ideals that our loved ones saw in us. That is the way that we can demonstrate that our love for them continues forever and ever. Yiskedal v'yiskedash shemer haba v'yalma divrach ruseh v'yamlich malchuseh v'chayachon uv'yomechon uv'chayeh b'chol beis Yisrael v'agalah uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemer haba mivorach la'olam ulmei umaya yisparach v'yistabach v'yispoar v'yischoman v'yisnaseh v'yisadar v'yisalev v'yisalal shemer k'rusha b'rechu le'elam yinkor b'chasa v'shirasa tush b'chasa v'nechamasa le'amiran v'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlom harabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru amen. Let the source of peace and comfort bring peace and comfort to those who mourn, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, one and all. We're so happy to have you joining with us for this Shabbat, and we hope you're enjoying our service and all we have to offer at L'Dor Va-Dor. Rabbi Barry Silver and L'Dor Va-Dor are building the Judaism of tomorrow today. It's a Judaism based on rational thinking, intellect, and reason. We honor our traditions, respect science, and celebrate spirituality. We aim to bringing unity, harmony, and shalom to all by providing a Judaism that will appeal to everyone, regardless of their faith, background, or denomination. So join with L'Dor Va-Dor and be a part of and support our exciting mission to unite Judaism together as one. I'm Sharon Leibovitz, and we have some exciting programming to share with you. Tomorrow evening, Saturday, May 1st at 7 p.m., we will offer our Jewish film night on Zoom, presenting the music and comedy of the amazing and memorable Victor Borge. We hope you'll join in and bring some laughter to your Saturday evening. On Tuesday, May 4th at 7 p.m., we will offer our weekly chat with 2 rabbis, where you're able to hear and discuss about the upcoming Torah Parsha and more from the progressive view of our Rabbi Barry Silver and from an Orthodox view from our guest, Rabbi Zvi Kahn, an extraordinary opportunity for one and all. On Wednesday, May 5th, L'Dor Va-Dor will be hosting a special interfaith panel discussion at 7 p.m. on Zoom about the rise of white Christian nationalism and what the Jewish role is and should be about protecting the separation of church and state. You won't want to miss this great opportunity. So please pre-register for this from our L'DorVador.org website or from within our email newsletter. Our next Shabbat celebration on Friday, May 7th, will honor all mothers, grandmothers, and great-grandmothers, just in time for Mother's Day on May 9th. The following Shabbat service on Friday, May 14th, will celebrate also the pilgrimage holiday of Shavuot and the time that the Jewish people received our Torah. Continue your celebration of Shabbat today with us at L'Dor Va-Dor at our Oneg Shabbat Zoom and Schmooze. It's at 8 p.m. later this evening, a special time where we can be together face to face with some song and discussion. We hope to see you there. You can find the links for all of our programming on our LodorVador.org website, our Facebook page, and within our email newsletters. If you don't know how to use Zoom or aren't comfortable on your computer, you can use any phone and just call in. Stay in the know with L'Dor Va-Dor and don't miss a thing that we have to offer. Wishing you all a beautiful and happy Shabbat and a great weekend and week ahead. Be well, and we hope to see you very soon in person. Shabbat Shalom from L'Dor Va-Dor with love.
It's been a great pleasure for me to share the beauty and the wonders of love. And as we conclude this service, celebrating Shabbat, creation, and love, we conclude with this special final benediction, offering a tribute to amor, to ahava, to love. Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May you be blessed and protected by the power of love. May the power of love shine upon you and shine forth from you always, like that ner tamid. May the power of love lift you up to great heights of joy and ecstasy that you can share with other people. And may you also be granted not only love, but shalom and peace. Amen. And now, as we conclude the service, I just want to share with you my great love for the people who make this synagogue possible, for congregants, for directors, for my friends, my family, and for so many people with whom I come into contact every day. I am truly blessed. And I have so many things in my life that I am grateful for. I hope everyone here can experience this wonderful power of love in their life, and let us realize through this Shabbat celebration how fortunate we are to be able to have things, people, wonderful loved ones in our lives that we cherish. And now I look forward to seeing you throughout the week. I look forward to bonding with you in ties of love and other activities that we do. And if there's ever anything that you require or you need in any way, please contact me or L'Dor Va-Dor. We are here to serve your spiritual needs, to serve you in any way. And it's a great privilege for me to be able to share my love with all of you. Shabbat Shalom. Amen.
Once we were 7 years old, my grandma told me we built it out of dreams, a little country. Once we were 7 years old, ארצנו הקטנטונת, ארצנו היפה. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. We came from different homes and lands so full of vim and vigor. From Africa and Europe, South America and further, we turned a desert to a home where we could live together. Once we were 12 years old, my mama told me, don't take for granted that we have this country. Once we were 12 years old, יחדיו נכה בשורש אל לב האדמה. We always had that dream, we knew that we could fail. Like Herzl said it, if you will it, it's no fairy tale. So we stood side by side, together young and old. It's thanks to our amazing family all around the world. Once we were 18 years old, before the morning sun to serve this country.
ארצנו הקטנטונת, ארצנו היפה, our beautiful little country. The road is long, and we always try to get along. Though we sing different songs, we do it in harmony. All things have a place under this sun, and when the day is done, we'll break down the walls. Peace and love will open the door. We'll renew our days like before. We celebrate 70 years.